Good morning, and thank you for joining me on another episode where I take a book and from that book I find a bar. Now, a bar is a short, valuable nugget of information for us to feed our minds. This is
Breakfast Bars! Breakfast Bars!
Breakfast Bars! This is Breakfast Bars!
Happy Monday, everyone. Hope you had a great weekend. Hope you got some good reading done over the weekend. People that know me know that I like to go by YNKCP. CP, obviously my name, Cooper Prindle. YNK stands for you never know. Because you never know, ever. And that's a mindset that once I learned about it, worked really well for me, continues to work well for me, and I think works well for anybody that embraces that mindset and how to embrace uncertainty. So I found this book, and there's a lot of good bars here. Estelle Frankel is the author. The Wisdom of Not Knowing is the book. Honestly, not the way it was written, not kind of my cup of tea, but I mean the topic is right up my alley. That's what I'm all about. You never know. So it was a very valuable book. Discovering a Life of Wonder by Embracing Uncertainty. Hell yeah. I'm all about that. So I appreciate Estelle for sharing this with the world. And I want to continue to pass it along and get people thinking about how they can embrace uncertainty. So let's go ahead and dive in, see what we find. All right. Today's bar, true curiosity requires space to consider what is not known. If we already know the answer, then our question is not really a question. How many times do we ask things that we think that we know the answer to? We think we know the answer to? If it's something that we already think we know about, it's not really a question. You're just trying to reaffirm what you already know. Now, there's value in that. It can be clarifying something. You think that something is one way, so you ask, okay, it is that way, cool. But what if it's not? What if someone thinks about it differently? What if you're missing something because you think you know? Cultivating curiosity is one of the great traits and values that you can have. And the more you can do that on the wide range of topics about the multitude of things, that's where growth happens. That's where the more curious you are, the more you will know. Right? But then, I mean, obviously, we want to know things in life, right? I want to know how to upload a podcast. I want to know how to upload a video. I want to know how to be able to reach more people. Even you go to school, you read a book because you want to know certain things. But at the same time, I want to challenge you, once you get that information, to dissect it, to understand that you don't know. You don't know. You don't know if that's the right way to do it. You don't know if that's the full truth. Media these days, how much of it is manipulated? You know, even books, right? That's one person's view on something. You don't know that to be true. There is, you know, the status quo. And another thing that kind of goes with embracing uncertainty is challenging the status quo. Everyone thinks they know this is the way to do something. This is the way to live. This is the way to manage something. This is the way to interact with people. The only real growth happens from challenging the status quo. Technology, you know, nowadays in the middle of a pandemic, we thought we knew so many things. But the reality is that we didn't know shit. We didn't know how to handle anything when faced with different scenarios. Like the bar says right here, if we already know the answer, then our question is not really a question. How many people ask questions to stroke their ego because they know the answer? They just want someone else to tell them that they're right. No, you got to be curious on how to expand. You got to be curious on the possibility of you being wrong. Because the ultimate truth is that you never know. We never know. No one ever knows. Things can change in an instant. That forces you to adapt. But what if you had constant curiosity on how you can adapt ahead of time? Just ways to improve. It's crazy, man. You just truly never know. And if you think you know, you're playing yourself. Straight up. Challenge the status quo. Challenge what you think. Challenge your beliefs. Because you never know. You never know. That's it. Ponder that. Ponder that question. Ponder that statement that you never know. Ever. You never know. Take care. Thank you again for tuning in to another episode. Just a reminder, you can find Breakfast Bars on iTunes, YouTube, and Instagram by searching Breakfast Bars. On Instagram, it's at breakfast.bars. Would mean a lot to me if you left me a review, subscribed, follow, and of course, if you find value in Breakfast Bars, if you like hearing them daily, go ahead and please share it with a friend, someone you know that wants to receive some daily bars.